Alright, this video is going to show you how to access the resources for the research paper. So you want to start here on the high school webpage, and then you're going to click on this button that says Student and Parent Resources. After that, you're going to click on this button here that says Destiny. So when you get here, the first thing you want to do is you have this little button up here that says Login. So you want to click in, and you want to log in here. So notice I log in a little bit differently than you. So what you're going to use is your student ID and your password as you normally do to log into anything on the computer. So the first thing I'm going to show you down here is going to be the World Book Encyclopedia. So if you click on that, it will take you to the World Book page, which will have some sweet picture in the background here. So if you're doing your research paper on the Crucible, then you just want to type in, with these little quotation marks here, Zora Neale Hurston. And then when you click, it'll take you to these results. And if you click on the Harlem Renaissance here, it will have a whole bunch of useful information about the Harlem Renaissance that you can use, so you can read through that. But this is pretty good here. Notice down here, they do give you the MLA citation. However, we're urging you to not just copy and paste it. So if you have a really solid knowledge of MLA 8, then you can copy and paste this and then edit it. However, you probably don't. So it's easiest just to use the video that Mrs. Jameson shared and kind of build it from scratch. And it's not very difficult, and that will ensure that you don't make any of the silly mistakes that a lot of these websites make. So it's safer to just construct it yourself, and then you'll also be more familiar with doing it on your own when you move on. So that's very helpful. If you're doing your research paper on the Crucible instead, then you can search drama, and then click on drama here. If you go through this, it will have some information about the dramatic conventions and the tragic conventions. So you can read through this whole thing. It's got tons of information, and a lot of it will probably be helpful for you if you're doing the Crucible instead. So that's World Book. Those are probably the two most useful things that you can find on there. So we're going to go back now and do something else. So if you go back to this Destiny page, what you want to click on next is Literature Resource Center. So if you click on this, it's going to take you to the Resource Center. However, if you are not at school when you do this, if you're at home, it's going to take you to an additional page, which I can't show you here because I'm at school, but it's going to take you to another page and ask you for a password. The password that you want to put in is right here, NAZHS_RPA. So that's how you're going to get on if you're trying to access it from your phone or from your home network. So if it gives you one additional page before you get here, then this is the password you want to use, and then it will take you to this page here. All right, so we're going to use the advanced search option here, so don't just type it in here. So if you click on advanced, it will take you to this page that you see here. So what you're going to do then, and I'm just going to model these for Their Eyes Are Watching God. If you're doing the Crucible, just mimic the same steps, except obviously use the Crucible instead of Their Eyes Are Watching God. So if you just type in the title of the novel, don't use this suggestion here. Mrs. Strauss has found that this sometimes yields worse results, so just leave what you type in. Don't let the autofill correct it for you here. And then you want to click on this box here that says keyword and change it to name of work. So that's only going to find stuff about this specific novel. Then under more options, you want to make sure you click peer-reviewed journals, and by content type you want to make sure you click literature criticism, and then down here under exclude these document types you want to click on that button there, and then you want to click both biography. Where are you, buddy? You want to click both biography and book review, and then if you click off of that, it will say these are the two types you're excluding, and then you want to click search. All right, so it's going to take you here into all of the selections, and then you can scroll down. Notice these will all say critical essay, and that's what you want. So you can just pick one, and click onto it, and it will open it up. Gives you a whole bunch of options now, so you'll notice you can listen to it if you want to, which is helpful. Also, you can download the whole thing, or you can print it, so that might be helpful when it comes time to actually comb through it and find your evidence. It will be helpful to have them accessible that way. So at the bottom, once again, you'll notice that they give you a source citation, and it does say MLA 8, which is what we'll be using. However, just like the caveat I said before, I wouldn't just copy and paste it because they make a whole lot of tiny mistakes. So here we have all these words that should be capitalized that are not capitalized. So you're going to be more likely to lose points in your works cited if you copy and paste it, as opposed to just constructing it yourself, which isn't that much more work. And then as opposed to combing through and trying to fix all the tiny errors, you can just make sure you don't make them when you type it up yourself. If you're going to do the Crucible, you want to do things a little bit differently. You still want to go to your advanced search here. You want to type in the Crucible. Change this again to name of work. However, you want to skip peer-reviewed journals. So do not click that. Under content type, you want to click literature criticism. Under exclusions, we're going to add one here as well. So we want to do biography, we want to do book review, and we also want to do movie review. Where are you? All right, so if you add those 3 exclusions, and then we're going to search, it's going to give you 41 results, and all of these results should be pretty good. All right, so the last thing I'll go over, we're going to go back to Destiny here. And we're going to look at the catalog of resources that have been compiled for you. For this, you want to make sure, again, you're logged in like we did in the beginning. So we're going to click up here on catalog. And then we're going to click resource lists over here. And then you're going to go down here to 11 honors and click on view. So here you'll notice a list of books that are available in the library that you can check out. So you'll see there's a good selection of stuff for the Crucible, as well as stuff for the Harlem Renaissance. All right, up in the top right corner, we also have this approved website list. So notice all 3 of these are for the Harlem Renaissance. So we do have some for the Crucible, but check with your teacher for those. So those will most likely be shared with you in Schoology. Go to Schoology for any additional approved resources that we have found for you, as well as the approved websites that we found, and the approved websites for the Crucible as well.